Hi, welcome to JVD's Home Entertainment, and today we are discussing the third unit of bow history, the third section of repeat my phrase, uh, bow education safety. And today's subject is archery safety in the first unit of three. In some states, bow and arrows are considered firearms, so always check your local laws. Only point the bow and arrow in a safe direction. Only nock an arrow when safe to shoot. Be aware around you and behind you. Never shoot at skyline animals. Only shoot in a safe area. Avoid shooting without an arrow, for it could cause damage to the bow or injure the archer. Do not shoot straight up in the air. Wear finger and arm protection. Handle arrows carefully and protect yourself and arrows with a cover or arrow quiver, which is like this. And give me a moment, I'll show you an example. Which is like this. This is a bow arrow quiver right here, and this would be like your. It would be like, hang on, let's find it. Be like this one. See, this is a always protect because you don't want to get these stuck in here when you're hunting, especially something like these are for like small game. I'm trying to find the one broadhead. So like, hang on, find the broadhead here. Like this one. So like this one. You don't want to get this bad boy stuck in you. So make sure you're always being safe out in the woods. I'm sure you remember the scene from The Walking Dead, and where Daryl was climbing up a hill and got an arrow stuck in him. So you always want to be careful out in the woods. Use a bowstringer for long bows or recurves. That means if you got a recurve, you also want to use a bowstringer. So that means when you're disassembling your bow or putting the bow on, you always want to have a bowstringer. So keep your emotions under control and think safety first. That means if you have problems, don't take it out in the woods, because you want to think safety first. If you have any emotional problems going on, you want to stay far from nature. Do not drink or take drugs using a bow or after. That means do not take any street drug or lethal substances that could injure yourself or injure another archer. Or you could illegally get in trouble because you may basically shoot something you're not supposed to, basically. Arrow quiver, a device that holds arrows. Like I said, that was the device. Nock, plastic part that attaches to the bone before shooting. That is this part. These are your nocks. See those bad boys? Those are your nocks. Those attached to your bow before shooting. Unit 3, hunting safety. Bow hunting safety rules apply. Obey archery field safety rules at all times when bow hunting. That means if you go to the range, obey the rules. Hunt and shoot in your own limitations. That means if you have limitations, don't shoot farther than your limitations. You're likely to injure somebody else or hit something you're not supposed to. Exercise and stay in good shape before hunting. That means you want to go to the gym, work out your cardio, work on your arms, and you also want to kind of work on your abdomen area too. Transport equipment in a case in air travel or hard cases. When I had my muzzle loader in the past, I've had cops ask me how do you transport stuff like that? Or how do you transport it? Or how do you transport a bow? Well, you have a case. You have a case and you use it. Because if you don't, that's why I had a kind of misunderstandings with the courts, misguidance, miscommunications, lots of things that have happened over the past. Let's just say that. Because I got the paperwork to prove it that they did not restrict any of my rights when I got in some trouble. Dress properly for the worst weather conditions you expect to encounter. Carry basic survival gear even on short hikes. That means when you go out in the woods, I recommend probably like I said, I got a Bible bag right here. Down there, this is my religious bag. You see the David Star right here. This is kind of like this is my religious bag. It has my Bible, a good reading material, and down there, I'm not going to get it out, but there's a big old medical bag. So that's basic survival gear. This got everything you need to know. So keep that in mind. Dress pop for the worst conditions. That means this would do okay, especially right now, but you want to make sure you're wearing something over this. Probably some coat. It gets cold out at night. Carry basic survival gear. Like I said, always carry a flashlight. That means I got flashlights down here. Make every effort to rejoin your hunting team. That means if I take Brittany out in the woods with me, my significant other, Brittany, say hi.
Hi.
Look at the camera. If take her out in the woods with me, and she's out hunting somewhere, I always want to make sure I join her back with her. If I go out to another spot, set a location where you want to meet. Clearly identify your game before shooting arrow. That means if you actually have a game, your animal that you're identifying is the subject that you want to kill to provide food for your family, you make sure that doe or that buck is a proper buck to kill. That falls back in suitcases. So there's a difference. So you got suitcases and briefcase. You always want to make sure suitcase is the bigger buck. Briefcase is a small buck. I have a couple briefcases down here and I have a suitcase down there. To tell you the difference. Place arrows and quiver before hunting in the field. That means place arrows and quiver before hunting in the field. That means like that thing I just showed you, that's what you want to use. Always carry a safe case for your arrows. That's what I got. So it's leather too, so that works perfect. Using technology. Download a navigation app for hunting. Well, the difference between me, I use maps. I got maps somewhere back here. Somewhere down here. Find a map. I just use the maps. I don't have it all on me right now. Looks like it's right here, maybe. But I have a map somewhere down here. I use maps. I like maps a whole lot better. Bow hunting regulations are passed by city, states, countries, and which are laws you must follow. Protect resources, protect property rights, protect people, ensure equal opportunity and equal quality of game. Gather information, manage wildlife populations. Important. This is the point. No, hunting is a privilege that can be taken away or revoked if you do not if you do violate these hunting regulations. And I've learned those in the past. If you don't follow the law, you can become a victim of losing everything and have to regain it all back. That is part of the reason why I joined the NRA, so I don't lose those things, because I was close, and that became a big factor of my thing. So, Unit 3. Know the law. Bow hunting laws conclude. Legal bow hunting season. So when you're bow hunting, it's usually September or November in Michigan. Legal hunting methods and equipment. So you ought to want to make sure you have the proper equipment. Special provisions for physical challenge for bow huntings. Animal tagging requirements. Trespassing laws. Penalty or violations. Education requirements. Know the law. Ignorance of hunting laws is not an excuse for violating them. Ethics are not laws, but moral laws. Ethics is what you think you should do and how to act on it, and what you should do and not do. The three ethic rules include: should I shoot or risk wounding the game, or wait for a better shot? Think about the consequences and how it would affect others. Do the right thing. Know that and respect your personal limitations. All bow hunters should be aware of the limitations. General health. Be sure to visit your doctor and do a checkup and bring medication before hunting. Now, I'm a little out of shape for bow hunting, but I always make sure I have my medication on me. So I gotta get. That's why I've been working on the diet. Haven't hunted in a while. Well, I haven't hunted in forever. This is why I'm doing this stuff, because my family used to hunt, and I'm kind of doing it now. So I'm doing it now. So I'm gonna start training for it. Physical conditions. Make sure you are in good shape before hunting, for you may not be able to bag animals. I do a lot of fishing, and I buy my fishing license, and so those are the tags you put on the fish or whatever. Well, they don't have tags, but you know what I mean. But your fishing license, and you just kind of go out and fish. So you have to buy those every year. You have to buy the same way for bucks and tags. Once you tag those on, you tie a little thing around the antler or the leg or whatever, and there it is. It's usually on the antler. You put it around the antler. If it's doe, you use kind of like the leg or whatever, probably. Whether at low, high risk may affect you and your equipment. High evaluations. You must be in great shape in high altitudes. Remember to be in great shape and practice at the range. That's why I see me on YouTube. You know I'm practicing at the range. Respect your equipment. Always remember to have proper equipment before bow hunting. Select a bow that meets legal and proper for you for what you are hunting. Make sure your equipment is in great shape before hunting. Purchase arrows that fit your bow to avoid problems or injury to you. Make sure the arrows are sharp and for game for hunting. Turn your bow to equipment and you're using for the hunt. Sharp the broadheads. Carry maintenance kit for bow. Ask pro shop a proper kit for info. That means when you go to a pro shop or whatever you do, ask for the proper kit for your bow. Respect the landowner. If you hunt on a private property, treat the landowner with respect. So you can continue hunting year-round in the next. I've had some issues with a past ex-girlfriend, but her dad run the farm, and that would have been a great place to hunt. 40 acres, and there you go. Ask permission before hunting on private land. If you could go to jail for trespassing. Contact the landlord before you hunt or schedule a hunting trip on hunting land. Hunting trip on landlord's property. Follow landlord restrictions on when and where you may hunt. Leave gates open or closed on landlord's approval. Drive only on existing roads and marked trails approved. Respect the landlord's crops. Respect crops and do not cut across them and when they are ready to harvest. Do not build, litter, or camp. Leave livestock undisturbed. Use portable tree stands and blinds. Don't leave remains. Bury them. Show your appreciation by offering landowner some of your game. That means when you shoot something on his property, give him some of your game. Respect game and animal resources. Respect game and hunting laws and personal ethics and fair chase. Responsible bow hunters take animal in one kill shot. Most game is shot in 20 yards or less, so go for longer shots to avoid wounding the game. Select appropriate hunting trips and razor-sharp broadheads. Use healthy ability to avoid disturbing wildlife and habit. Learn your hunting area. Make every effort to track the wounded game. That means always do the proper thing when hunting, the responsible thing. Respect hunting companions. Bow hunting can be a great way to maintain friendship on the hunt. Share values. Share your interest in the bow hunting laws with your bow hunting friends. For if your bow hunting friends don't respect hunting laws, find other friends. Dependably, hunting partners must rely on one another. Cause have your respect for your hunting companions. Communication with companions will solve most problems. The unwritten law: whoever draws first blood, most blood, bags game or animal. Unit 3: respect non-hunters. Responsible hunters avoid behavior that will turn people against hunting, and these things you should not do. Avoid arguments with no hunters. Display obnoxious vulgar stickers or clothing slogans. Using bag language while hunting. Wear your bloody clothing or animal parts in public. Respect landowners and their property and livestock being intoxicated. Those are all things you must not do. Speaking and acting responsibly. Act responsibly as hunters to avoid issues with non-hunters. Cover game animals while traveling home. Clean up before going into town. Present a professional image given a public presentation. Don't drink alcohol. Drink while hunting. Get rid of waste by repairing the game and freezer. Take personal photograph while hunting. Avoid confrontation with non-hunters. Donate to wildlife conservation and hunting education. Be responsible while hunting and make sure you follow the 4CS for hunting. Understand why you hunt and tell others. Support homeless shelters and soup kitchens and by donating meat from your game. Emphasize social values in hunting and invite others who have concerns about wildlife to join you in your conservation efforts. Last one. Unit 3, the Bow Hunter Code. For I shall support all states and game. For I shall support hunting with bow at all times. I shall abide current game regulations so that I shall not bring dishonor to the bow hunting community. I shall respect landowners' rights, for thou shall enjoy the study of the game of thy hunt. For thou shall use legal archery equipment and track thy game and thy hunt. For thou shall not commit any act that shall make bow hunting look bad to the community of states. And that is your bow hunting education course. of Unit 3. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. And like I said, stay tuned. And keep it real. And keep it country.